everybody, and welcome to another episode of Recipe Roulette, a cooking show where we
choose a recipe book and open to the page, and at random we make whatever it says on that page. This week we're making bread pudding with whiskey sauce. The recipe comes from Cafe Sassoon. It is a local recipe book compiled by Denise Broussard Sassoon.
Cool. So we're going to make some bread pudding and whiskey sauce. So let's go look at the ingredients we're going to be using today.
So for the ingredients today, we got a loaf of French bread. Fen made this a few days ago, so it's a little bit on the stale side, which is how you want it, and we've sliced it into pieces. We've got
a heaping tablespoon of sugar.
We've got a half cup of raisins.
And 1 egg.
A cup of milk. Let's come over here with the rest of the ingredients. About half a teaspoon of vanilla. This is actually from a vanilla bean, so you kind of scrape the insides to get that nice vanilla flavor. So that's all for the actual bread pudding, and then we're going to top that with a whiskey sauce.
So we got about 3 ounces of whiskey, good Jim Beam bourbon,
2 cups of powdered sugar, and a stick of butter.
Alright, so Laura's going to walk you through putting together the bread pudding, and I'm going to handle the whiskey sauce.
So for the bread pudding, I'm going to beat the egg and sugar together. I'm going to crack the egg into my mixing bowl. Add the sugar. Beat it with just a hand mixer will do for this. Add the milk and vanilla. So I have some vanilla already. Just give a little extra vanilla flavor in there. That'll probably be enough. I'm just gonna slice it up a tiny bit. You can see a nice big vanilla flavor actually. Kind of came off in my dish, but you can actually use this whole thing. I'm just gonna chop it up really fine so it doesn't taste too hard and when we're eating the bread pudding. But the whole vanilla bean is edible, and yes, actually got this one a few years ago, and I've been using it for baking whenever I need vanilla extract ever since. And as I was saying, I normally have been kind of scratching the inside, get like a powdered mix coming out of that. I use that for my cooking. It's kind of coming to the end of that, which is why I got an actual piece of the vanilla bean. So this will give us a nice vanilla flavor here. Add this all to my egg, sugar, milk mixture. Stir it up. Now I've got my casserole dish here. The bread's going in it. Lining it up in the tray. I'm just going to dump the egg mixture right over this. Get it all soaked up so when it bakes, you get all that goodness in. Get all the egg, sugar, vanilla in there. And then it's going in the oven.
What about the raisins?
They actually come later.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did not know.
So this is going in the oven for 30 minutes at 250 degrees.
Okay, so we've got the butter melted. Turn it down a little bit here so we don't burn the butter. Just want it melted. I'm gonna add to this our 2 cups of confectionery sugar. Stir this to combine. Before it becomes caramel, get it all stirred up here. Oh yeah, that is looking like some white icing butter sauce right now. All right. Now I know why the recipe said enough bourbon to make a pourable sauce, because this stuff is just thick and right up. It's like the consistency of like glue, like white glue you've left sitting on your desk for like 6 hours. Okay. Might need more bourbon, but start with our 3 ounces. Remember, we don't want to cook the bourbon off. We just want to get it wet enough that we can get this stuff all mixed together. Ooh, no spill. I'm gonna make a pourable sauce. So we're gonna try to. I'm just gonna keep this on low, keep it stirring until it's all constituted together and all that sugar's dissolved. Shouldn't be too much longer. Yeah, just keep stirring. Keep stirring until you don't see any more sugar that's looks like sugar. It just all looks like melted together. Beautiful whiskey sauce, bourbon sauce.
Okay, so the bread pudding has been in the oven for a half hour. The recipe book says to kind of redistribute. So get all parts of the bread nice and covered with your sauce. I mean, by sauce, I mean the egg mixture, not the bourbon sauce. That's gonna come later. Just for clarifying. And now I'm going to add my raisins. Use my spoon to pour over some of this that's on the bottom. Those raisins aren't clumped together, and it's going back in the oven for another 30 minutes, still at 250 degrees. And we'll see you back for the first bite.
All right, welcome for the first bite.
Red pudding with bourbon sauce.
That was really good.
Yeah, super good. I was just saying that I don't like bread pudding when it's too mushy. Like, I like it kind of like French toast consistency. This is perfect.
This is perfect. It's nice. It's soft and creamy, but other parts of it are nice and crunchy. And
The bourbon sauce is a nice balance between sweet and bourbony.
bourbony. Yeah. So yeah, this is definitely a must try. That's really good. I really will. Well.
Yeah. So next week, why don't we have a recipe book to choose from?
because next week I am going to be showing everybody how to brine a turkey because next week is Thanksgiving!
Nice.
Yeah. So our Thanksgiving special is going to be brining a turkey. And the good thing is because we're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving a little bit early, as long as you have your turkey thawed out for Tuesday when you're watching this episode, I'll step you through the whole process of the brining, be able to get it in the oven and ready to cook and serve for Thanksgiving dinner if you want to try my brine turkey recipe. So, perfect timing. So, we're going to dive in, enjoy the rest of our lunch, and we'll see you next week here on
Recipe Roulette.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.
All right. So to make our sauce, we're going to melt our butter in a small saucepan. Want to get this nice and melty before I add our sugar into it. So we're just going to heat this up. Heating. Just stir your butter stick. You know what? When you're editing this, let's just jump to the whole part where we've melted our stick of butter. So I'm just going to keep letting it roll, and I'll give you one of these when we're about ready to start talking again. All right, Future Fun?
You should totally put that as a blooper at the end.
Yeah, our little post-credit blooper scenes.
Ah.